feels so good this morning. What's up, everybody? Welcome into Coach and Company on Stadium and Bally Sports Live. We are here every single weekday, and damn it, do we love it. Now, today's a huge day at BTT Studios. As you know, Thursday, we can't waste any time. Now, number one, I suck on baseball plays right now. Another one-run loss for your boy yesterday. But thank God, my guy Raphael gets to 15 seconds this morning, because yesterday we didn't really lose anything, but without me, we would have had a fantastic day at the brand. 3-3, and then Tommy and Peyton have a little synergy for tonight, which we will get to. All right, the schedule today looks like this, in addition to our morning show. We don't take any time off because at 11 a.m. Eastern time, we are live on Stadium, Bally Sports Live with the Coach and Bro Show, the fastest growing wrestling show on Thursdays. Then at 2 Eastern time, it's Off the Ropes with the Coach on Sirius XM, channel 156, all things wrestling. And then at the same time here on our Coach and Company YouTube channel, it is Weekday Wagers with DG, Mark, Robbie Hockey, and the guys. And then on demand, and this is where it's very, very important, because right now, live in your feed is our Ryder Cup special. I brought in Jeff Eisenband from the PGA Tour, Harry Mays, a legend in Philadelphia. And because of the Ryder Cup, the four-letter word club is on board as our presenting sponsor today. You do not want to miss that show, so go and watch it right now and get you set for what I believe will be the most exciting Ryder Cup ever in New York City. All right. Also, we're always doing extra content for all of you. We want you to be a premium member. If you are, then you get a star next to your name. You also get access to our extra episodes every single day, our nighttime episodes every single day. Hey, let's just be honest, where the cool kids are. And by the way, my guys are so fire, that'll pay for itself in like half a play. That's what I'm talking about. Then, if you want to rep the brand like so many are now, go to our brand new live merch store, and you get something like I Bet Wrestling, Model My Ass, whatever you want. We got you covered. Take a picture, send it in. We'll throw it right up onto the show. Oh, there it is. That's Raphael's new shirt. I Bet Wrestling. A lot going on in that world. All right. Housekeeping is over. And on Thursdays, when week 4 of the NFL pops off tonight, I got to have my absolute very best. And they're also very pushy. Very interesting. Not even using the doorbell today. Apparently, they're just knocking. CDG's messing with me now. Just messing with me now. It's time to beat the books. Oh, look at this crew right here. So when you go 2-0 on the show, you get the 15 seconds the next day. So let me introduce to you first our numbers guy for a reason, Raphael Esparza. Raphael.
Good morning, Coach. Good morning, family. Yesterday was Rant Wednesday, but I called it Redemption Wednesday, and that's what I got, 2-0 on Redemption Wednesday. So let's just add to some winners today.
Great use of your 15 seconds. I would have put over the Cubs if it was me blowing out the Mets yesterday. Every ball he falling off a cliff. Now, this man, your eyes are not deceiving you. Yes, you just saw him on Outkick just moments ago, and now he's here. He's everywhere. He's nationwide, and he goes by one name and one name only. Good morning, Zeno.
Coach, fam, good to see everybody. Lesson for life. 2 things you don't chase, women and bets, but I will chase a little plus money later on today.
Great advice. Now, next, he is live from Memphis, Tennessee, and he's the host of Weekday Wagers every single day on our YouTube channel. Mr. Daniel Greer, good morning.
Morning, Coach. Morning, guys. Thank you for finally letting us in. It took a minute, but listen, we get it. You're old, and sometimes your hearing goes out. But thankful to be here on a beautiful Thursday, Coach.
Let you in? Let you in what?
We were at the door for 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah, my bad. That doorbell's been a little wonky lately. You know what I mean? It happens. It happens. Now, he's the youngest member of our team, and we are so grateful to have him from the Dallas-Fort Worth area, the campus of TCU, the man who apparently can only afford 30 row tickets at his recent college game. What was that video all about? Say good morning to King Lettuce, Young Peyton. Good morning.
The student section, Coach. I actually took your advice, Zeno, as well. I went out Friday night with the crew, right, till about 3. It was about
Okay.
3 in the morning. We all said, what the point of going to bed if we're going to wake up at 7? So we didn't go to bed, but
there we go. Raphael clap for King and his crew. Hey, that's what leaders do. That's what leaders do. The only thing that would have been better is a video going, here's the Zeno. That would have been awesome. That would have been awesome. All right, boys, we got to have a winning day today. Because since I suck, yesterday was a kiss your sister type of day. But today, you guys are going to pick me up. I'm going to step back. So, one very... I feel like that's kind of limping in, DG, with barely the hand in the video. But I'll give it to you nevertheless. DG, best bets, go.
Yeah, we're going with both kickers today. And yes, I get it. It's going to poke at Zeno a little bit, but I like both of these opportunities with these guys. We're going to start with Seattle's kicker, Jason Myers. We're going to go over the 1.5 field goals at minus 115. He's taken 2 field goals in every game this season. Arizona, they actually allowed 2.3 field goal attempts on the season. The reason is because they allow you to get into the red zone, allowing the 4th most trips into the red zone this season, but they don't allow touchdowns. And so because of that, they're going to kick field goals today at Seattle. Let's go for 2+ field goals at minus 115. To the other side of the ball, Chad Ryland for the Cardinals. We're going over 1.5 field goals as well, and it's at minus 120. So both of these guys are sitting at minus 120. We're going to have 2+ field goals in every game this season from Ryland. Well, Seattle, they've allowed 3+ field goal in every game this season. This is a smash spot for Ryland. I would not even dare look at that 3+ field goals for plus 200, would we?
Wow. Now we're just talking crazy. Now we're just talking crazy. All right. Great start. By the way, I see flexing and stepping over there in the chat. He goes, I love the Coach and Bro show. Well, don't even worry about it. We got you covered top of the hour. Got you covered. All right. DG, great start. I'm going to go over to your boy now because he looks fired up today. I'm loving the energy. He's been out there repping the brand everywhere. But now, listen, ladies and gentlemen, one of the best, Zeno, go.
Let's go under tonight, 43.5 points. Arizona plays at one of the slowest paces in the league, and both teams are very run-heavy. Seattle's 2nd in scoring defense, hasn't allowed a rushing touchdown. Arizona 5th in scoring defense. Kyler Murray sits at the bottom of the league in air yards per attempt. Seattle first. Seattle's defense is 31st in dropback rate as far as plays allowed against them. Both defenses are strong. Red zones are good, as DG just said. We'll go under 43.5 here. And here's where we chase a little plus money tonight. Trey McBride, anytime touchdown plus 175. This is a guy who is the focal point of the Cardinals offense. He has one of the highest target shares of any tight end in the league. Seattle's defense funnels people to play against or to play to the tight end. The third of the points that they've allowed have been at tight ends. McBride's track record last year, 2 games, 29 targets, 19 receptions. Trey McBride, anytime TD.
By the way, to back up your underplay, 2 of the 3 games for Arizona so far have not gotten to 33 points. 31, 33, and then the outlier. By the way, Florida Word Club CEO just texted me live on the show. Loves it. Shocking. All right, gentlemen. Well done. Let's go upstairs. Raphael, big boy, how do you back up a 2-0 day?
Zeno has a plus 175. I'm going to tell him to hold my beer because I have a plus 325 because I have the Cardinals by 1 and 6 points. First quarter winning margin. That's right, first quarter. We're going to see a 3-0 field goal in the first quarter, and I cashed that plus 325. They've won 2 other last 3 games winning in the first quarter, so I'll take this prop bet. Thank you, DraftKings, and thank you, BetMGM. And I'm going to take Sam Donald over 219 yards passing at minus 3 nickels. There's 4 different books that have 4 different numbers. One of them has high as 225.5. So you can middle all over the place. I picked one at DraftKings at 219.5. Last year alone, he hit this number 13 out of 17 games. I just don't understand why it's so low. I think he's going to be passing happy.
He's going to be passing happy, just like we will be when we cash that freaking ticket. Raphael, nice job. Now, even though he's catching strays in the chat, and I'll deal with that in a second. Young Peyton, don't look at that. We got you. Don't even worry about it. I'll handle it. In the meantime, give me some fire picks. Let's go.
They got the Seahawks on the money line at State Farm Stadium in Arizona. The Seahawks have won the first half against the Cardinals, the last 7 games straight, and they've won their last 7 road games. Hard to see them losing to the Cardinals this year after we've seen both of these offenses play the Saints now. Cardinals played the Saints, scored just 20 points. Seahawks put up 44 against the Saints. Not much of a run game for Arizona with Connor out. I trust Seattle a lot more. We got them on the money line tonight. And I also got Cooper Kupp going over 42.5 receiving yards in week 4s. The last 6 years, Cooper Kupp has gone for more than 60 receiving yards. Needs just 43 to cash tonight. We're going to see it happen and make this 7 years straight for Cooper Kupp to cash the over in week 4s.
That's crazy. That's like Raphael's inside info. That's crazy with that nugget. Somebody's out there working while some out there throwing strays in the chat. Oh, Marky Model, look who just showed up, taking a shot at my man Peyton in the chat, and he's all grown up. Young Peyton's all grown up. All right.
Brought a tear to my eye, Coach.
Yeah, I'm sure that it did. Crying about something. All right. JTS, Marky Model, model my ass. What do we got today?
We are going with Baltimore Oriole Kobe Mayo to get at least one hit runner RBI. Look, we targeted him earlier this week on Round the Diamond. The books caught on. We need to parlay him with somebody. Love this spot for him. He's still fighting for that roster spot for next year. We just need him to get in the stat book once. And we're going to pair that with Sam Darnold. A little synergy with the numbers guy. Darnold has gone over 200 passing yards in 7 of his last 10 games, 8 of his last 9. More importantly, Arizona has given up over 200 passing yards to all 3 quarterbacks that have opposed him this season. Put them both together, you get a plus 124, just a Stat Sports play of the day.
Absolutely love it. I love when it's like north of plus 120. Makes you feel good. There's the QR code. Use our code NFL100. You'll get the first month for a single solitary dollar. Reminder, you can get college football and the NFL data starting at Tuesday of the regular week. Now, look at our chat queen, Kimberly. It's a Zeno day. I need some of that Zeno energy. Becoming a crowd favorite, big boy. You're becoming a crowd favorite. What do we do? What do we do?
We win. That's it. We just bring out winners.
We just cash one after another after another. Last night, we're going to get into it in front page news. It's easy to sleep, DG, on baseball when NFL sees they're doing their absolute very best to make us have to, as Roman Reigns says, acknowledge them.
Yeah, I'm shocked because honestly, at this point in the season, we all kind of tune out baseball, and they're having a really good run right now. So you're having the entire AL is pretty much not clinched. The NL is. We have people hitting bombs left and right, and they're big names. There's a lot happening in Major League Baseball.
It's interesting they use clinch because right now the Tigers, they're clinching something. You know what I mean? Raphael, have we ever seen this? I got 20 seconds for you. From a numbers perspective, we're going to get into it, but man, what a collapse.
It's usually on the other side. Usually National League is going crazy for playoffs. This year's American League. So, yeah, the numbers are going wild over there.
All right. Well, we're never going to sleep on baseball. If you guys are watching on YouTube right now, stick around for the break because we have a little Round the Diamond with more best bets, and they come straight from JTS. Gentlemen, to our 2 hours, 2 full hours of content here on Stadium and Bally Sports Live. All right, still to come, we got front page news. Jackson Dart, he's getting the start, but we have odds on something maybe you're not thinking about. Also, Chiefs and Ravens, another number you're not thinking about. And also, baseball last night, history made. We'll dissect all of it. We're just getting started. Oh, did we forget about week 4 starting tonight? Thursday Night Football, you know what time it is. It's Coach and Company, presented by the 4-letter word club, Stadium, Bally Sports Live. All right, presented by Just a Stat Sports. There you see the code on the screen. All right, Mr. Marky Model. Where are we headed today, sir?
Let's start with the Houston Astros, and we're going to target their team total under 4.5. You can get that at plus 114. The Astros are absolutely done, and this is a prime spot to fade them, just like if you were shorting a stock. Simply, They've lost 5 straight and are finishing the season on the road. They have completely checked out. Over this losing streak, they haven't cleared this line once. And worse yet, they've been outscored 11-1 by the A's over the last 2 games. Yes, those homeless A's. The Astros officially closed out the season against the Angels over the weekend, but trust me, this is a team that's already on vacation, and I'm going to take advantage of a completely unmotivated Astros team. Then I'm going to go with the New York Mets and Chicago Cubs. We're going to take the first 5 total under 4.5 runs at -135. Yes, I know both teams have combined for some high-scoring games this series. New York is desperate to save its playoff life. They are fighting every inch, every way that they have to. I mean, they are trying to win everything. They only have 4 games left. The fact is that the pitching for both teams has been horrendous, and the Mets have used 12 pitchers. The Cubs have churned through 10. Now you have Nolan McLean for the Mets, Shota Imanaga for the Cubs, and both have been absolutely solid down the stretch. They come in with ERAs under 2. Love this spot for both of them to keep things quiet in the first 5.
Yeah, maybe clutch is the word of the day for these different baseball teams right now, because the Mets have a 1-game lead over Arizona, lost in extra innings last night to the Dodgers, and Cincinnati, who lost to Skeens last night. This thing down the stretch, Mark, it's going to be absolutely crazy. I don't know how you're going to do it over there.
You know, it's just keeping up with the stats as they come in per game and then trying to modify, especially on these games that aren't really defining a series, looking at those no names and trying to adjust for that.
No doubt about it. Motivation is a big thing right now, except for the Astros. I love that play. Last night they get blanked 6-0 by the A's. Embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. All right. Become a member. Do what we do. We're back live on the Stadium Network. Bally Sports Live in 5 seconds. All right, welcome back, everybody. A beautiful day here at BTT Studios, Coaching Company, getting your day started off right. Best bets, they're in the can, but don't even worry about it. If you missed any of those, we'll recap them at the end of the show. Now, there are a lot of different storylines going around. That's why we love doing the show. We have to cut stories out of the show. I got to see my guy, Raphael. Because Raphael, whenever a quarterback gets benched, whenever 2 teams that don't get off to the starts that we think that they should, it can throw kind of a wrench in your day job. Talk to me.
Yeah, just for the Giants alone, now that they announced that Dart is going to be their starting quarterback, so why not throw up some exotic prop bets that I did? So what is Dart's first what's going to happen first for him? Passing touchdown? Or will he be intercepted? -120 at both sides. We're going to get really good action on a touchdown. But don't forget, Neighbors wants the ball, so I think he's going to be focusing on him as a touchdown. I think we'll probably move that -140 sometime today. And I'm sorry, Coach, but the loser of the Kansas City Chiefs versus Ravens, will the loser miss the playoffs? Yes is $2, and the no is -$3. I think we all know who's going to be the loser of that game.
The Ravens.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what I was talking. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I got my Chiefs right on. Of course the Ravens are losing.
Of course you do. All right. I got to see and I got to hear what my guys think about not only this, but the history-making night in Major League Baseball. It's time for can't even talk today. For some front page news. All right, gentlemen, we're going to start right there with Jackson Dart. They made it official. Now, I said here on the show, week 5, they beat me to it. It's week 4. We're going to piggyback all the way down the line. DG, you're going to start, Peyton, and then my man Zeno. So, Jackson Dart, he's the guy. This could be the start of a 10 or 15-year run in the shadows of New York City. So, let's go off of Raphael's number. What will happen first? A passing touchdown at -120 or an interception, DG, at -120?
I'm going to go with the interception. The reason I'm going there is for one guy. It's Cam Skattebo. You have Cam Skattebo that you can hand the ball off to. If I'm Jackson Dart, I'm not taking any chances and trying to throw it over top unless I want to force stuff. I think Skattebo gets stopped a little bit, but he scores the touchdown, but he's going to try to force it and get intercepted.
Well, clearly the Giants were watching the show on Tuesday because right after I said Jackson Dart needs to start, an hour later he's starting Sunday against the Chargers. The Giants already know they're done this year. Give your boys some reps. Finally, something that makes sense from the Giants. I know Malik Neighbors is saying, great, maybe he can throw me the ball sometimes. Some new young talent should be fun for New York, and it gives us a reason to continue watching the Giants. That being said, I'll take the interception.
You asked about a touchdown or interception. Can we add in a fumble there? Because the offensive line can't block. So my guess is he's going to get sacked and he's going to get the ball knocked out, and that's what's going to happen first. So Russell Wilson was running for his life the first 3 games. I don't expect that to not continue here. But this decision by the Giants just proves that there is absolutely nobody in charge of this organization. I mean, this is a literal laughable joke. If Russell Wilson was that bad in training camp and everything else, what did you start him for? If Jackson Dart was that much better, why didn't he get the nod from the beginning? 3 weeks is not a large enough sample size to understand what a team is. Because guess what? There are 3-0 teams that are going to miss the playoffs. There are 0-3 teams that will be in playoff contention at the end of the year. It is too early to pull the plug on this process, but the Giants are just shooting from the hip, throwing stuff against the wall to see what sticks. This is an organization run by children at this point in time.
I just got a text from Big Tommy C. It simply says, preach, Zeno, preach.
There are no adults in the room anymore. They're
Brian Dable. Can you imagine if Brian Dable really was watching the show on Tuesday? And he's like, hey, young Peyton said, we got to make it happen. I mean, we saw Hard Knocks, right?
They were tipping their hand from this from the week 1 when he was asked the question and he didn't flat out say, no, Russ is our starter. Like they were waiting for this moment to happen. And oh, by the way, let's just do it against the best X's and O's coach in the league in Jim Harbaugh and one of the most stout defenses with a great front. So let's throw the rookie quarterback to the Wolves instead of waiting 1 more week to go against the hapless Saints. Again, nobody is in charge of this organization. It is a joke. They are just throwing things out there to see if anything works. It's like
you say you're a New York fan without saying you're a New York fan.
Just ask 1,000 girls out, and hopefully one is dumb enough to say yes.
Hey, you don't have to bring up my dating life. Come on, you don't have to bring up. Yeah, we know that's not true. You and young Peyton never had an issue in that department. Sorry, DG. All right,
man, unveiled.
That was a good one. All right. Well, you heard what Raphael said. Chiefs, Ravens. I promise you, none of the 4 of us had both of these teams being 1 and 2 when they walked into this matchup this coming weekend. So now you can actually bet on the loser missing the playoffs. Plus 200 to the no, minus 300 to the yes, or flip that, I think.
Nope,
either way, does the loser miss the playoffs, DG?
Yes, I think they do. And I think it's going to be the Kansas City Chiefs that misses the playoffs this year. And we're seeing kind of an end to a team with Andy Reid that really isn't kind of up to snuff. They're going to get some guys back this week with Xavier Worthy and then a Rashee Rice in a few weeks. But in all honesty, I think they're going to be toast by that point.
Sure, the loser will be 1 and 3, but it's still so juicy that they make the playoffs minus 300 because look at these schedules they have coming up. Ravens got Texans, Bears, Dolphins, Vikings, Browns, Jets, Bengals. That sounds like 7 wins. Chiefs, I think they sneak into the playoffs, but it's not as easy for them. They have plenty of tough games left, but still a lot of winnable ones and a lot more winnable ones than some tough ones. I think they sneak in at the end.
I can't answer this question because it depends on who loses. Because if it's the Chiefs, they won't make the playoffs. If it's the Ravens, they will. The Los Angeles Chargers are 3-0 and 3-0 in the division. Okay, they play in the toughest division in the NFL. The Ravens can still be 1-3 and catch the Pittsburgh Steelers. You guys know I'm high on the Steelers, but the Steelers aren't winning 13 games this year. They're not winning 12. They're going to win 11, maybe 10 or 11 games max is what they're going to win. And the Ravens can still catch them, win the division, and get in the playoffs. So if it's the Ravens, I'm betting yes, they'll make the playoffs. If it's the Chiefs, I bet no.
That's a really good analysis. I can't argue with any of that, even though I'm diehard. Chiefs, just you watch them play. They just
matter at this point. Like 3 division wins and 3-0 are a huge difference than with the
tiebreaker. Yeah, and the tiebreaker too. And the tiebreaker too. Yes. Yeah, no doubt. All right, let's flip it over to baseball now, guys. Because last night, and it was late, but Cal Raleigh, what a great quote as he hit home run number 59. 60. He goes, hell, I didn't even think I'd hit 60 in my entire career, let alone in 1 year. Now, while he was doing that earlier in the night, Zeno's Yankees were busy hammering the White Sox. Aaron Judge, home runs 50 and 51. First time ever that two players on the same day hit number 50 and hit number 60. TG, which ones? Oh, and Aaron Judge also became just the fourth player all time to have 4 career seasons of 50 home runs or more. Which one's a better story?
Wow. Shout out to Marky Motto real quick, calling the Aaron Judge shot yesterday live on the show. But I will say that I'm looking at Cal Raleigh just because he's never done it. I know the other feat is phenomenal from Aaron Judge, but I'm going to go with Cal Raleigh just because he's never got that to that point. And this has kind of been a resurgence to his career that he possibly could win the MVP this season.
Cal Raleigh, 38 from the left side, 22 from the right. It's just so impressive what he's done, but it's unfortunate he had to hit 60 homers for his name to get out there and everyone stay up and watch him, because the last 3 years, he's hit 27, 30, and 34. Not many catchers hitting more than 20 these days and keeping their batting average over 230. He's hitting 248 now, but Aaron Judge has been incredible. The list that he just joined, 4th player ever, 50 home runs in a season 4 times. McGuire, Ruth, and Sammy Sosa, what a list. I think the fact that he's now done it 4 times and joining a list like that, that's hard to beat. I think what Aaron Judge has done, not just this year, but in his career, is a lot more impressive.
Yeah, well, we all know that the list is actually 2 people who have done it 4 times.
I knew you were going to say that.
The other 2 were clearly performance-enhancing drug related. So let's just be, factual and accurate about what we're saying here. That said, the problem with Cal Raleigh, I mean, it's an amazing year, but you keep hanging. Peyton just said it, hitting above 230. You know how many guys in this league hit above 230? It's not a very high bar to clear. That's just, it's like, make sure your pants just fit. As long as they're not falling down, we're okay here. It's an amazing year. But again, the 238 stuff is what may be the differential here between Cal Raleigh winning and losing the MVP. A lot of guys can't get past that number. But Aaron Judge is clearly the best hitter of our generation. He may be the best right-handed hitter since Joe DiMaggio. And when it's all said and done, again, he'll probably still carry the mantra as the greatest Yankee to never win a World Series.
Yeah, he might do that because right now they're not going to win it this year. But we'll be all over it. All right, gentlemen, 20 seconds each for this last one. Ryder Cup starts tomorrow. Special in their feed right now from us. They are getting paid this year for the first time ever. But now they're saying they're going to give it to charity. Yesterday, captain for Europe took a shot at the fact that they're getting paid. DG, is this going to be a bigger story than what it is or no?
I don't think so. I think they should get paid. They're going to an event. They're doing something, whatever. If they want to give it to the charity, that's their own decision. But yes, if they're working, get paid. Why not? You can't hate on that.
I think it's $300,000 going to a charity of the golfer's choice and $200 for the players. But if we're talking about money, the ticket prices start at a record high of around $750 for each of the competition days. That's insane. But this is the Ryder Cup, and I can't wait for this thing to get going.
I mean, for crying out loud, Olympians get paid from other countries. How hypocritical are we going to be here if we're Europe? Oh, by the way, you want to know what else is cool? There are people paying $1,600 to take a helicopter from Midtown Manhattan out to Bethpage Black. You got to love Long Island, baby.
That's very true. Europe would never take a dime. And you guys know I'm old school. I also work for the PGA Tour. Do what you guys want to do. Do what you guys want to do. Love you, Tour. Love you, PGA of America. All right, gentlemen, well done on Front Page News. All right, I'm going to give my guys a little bit of a break, about 15 seconds. YouTube, stick with us. On the other side, though, it's time to look at Thursday Night Football. It's a big one in the NFC West. This is Coach and Company. Only halfway home. Stadium. Bally Sports Live. We continue on here on our YouTube page, and I got to bring up Zeno first because Zeno, kind of a cool story last night with the last home run ball for Cal Raleigh. Tell me about it.
Yeah, so Cal Raleigh hit his 60th home run ball. The fan who caught it Now, this is always conjecture. What do you do with it? Do you hold it? Do you try to sell it? What do you trade it for memorabilia? The guy who caught it, you know what he did? He
What?
gave it to the kid next to him and let the kid reap all the rewards of having that ball.
Wow.
The Mariners, people came and got him and brought him, obviously, I don't know what the kid got in return for it or anything else. But, I mean, imagine that. A piece of history lands in your hand. You're like, here, kid, this is for you. I mean,
How cool is that?
That is just one of those things that warms your heart, but it's just, hey, maybe there is a soul left in America. Who knows?
Maybe one, and he was in Seattle last night. Because, if you look at it the other way, cynically, DG, that probably, it's not Aaron Judge, but probably go for six figures at auction.
I think what's happening here is social media bullying. We at this point we're making fun of people, and if you do not give the home run ball to a kid, we are coming after you. And when I say we, it's social media, not me. It's a good gesture. I'm glad that he did it before anybody was to jump on him, because that means he's actually a really good person. But yes, social media bullying is a thing.
I love the story. I absolutely love it. I didn't know it till Zeno brought it to my attention. Young Peyton, you're much closer to the age of the young child last night than we are. Your thoughts? Your thoughts?
I don't think I would have hammered the guy for keeping a Cal Raleigh's 60th home run ball. I don't think anyone would have. But, I mean, for him to give it to a kid who probably had no clue it was Cal Raleigh's 60th home run ball.
Probably right.
I don't know. I don't know if I would have done that.
Well, I know this, how fast commercials – you guys have seen the commercial with Charles Woodson in it, haven't you? With the guy talking about catching the ball and then getting caught on video. I think it's a Geico commercial with all those doing stupid things. It's a great commercial. Clearly, DG hasn't seen it yet, or you're a really good actor. Either way. All right, boys, let's get right. It's time to talk Thursday night football. Time to cash some tickets. Steer people in the right direction. 5 seconds. Welcome back. Coaching Company. Stadium, Bally Sports Live. You're watching us live. It's 10:32 in the East, 7:32 in the West, where I'm sitting right now. We absolutely love doing this every single day. We love all the different sports that you allow us to do, including golf, which I normally have my golf season end in August. But every 2 years, you have the Ryder Cup. And right now, live in your feed is our Ryder Cup special. I encourage you to go to our YouTube page and watch it and get you set. We have best bets and also a lot of behind-the-scenes storylines that you want to hit on. All right, I got to see my guy, Raphael. Because, Raphael, tonight is Thursday night football. And I need something to get me going when it comes to, I don't know, a quarterback prop, perhaps?
Yeah, the quarterback prep for Sam Darnold's going upwards. It opened up pretty low, but I'm going to switch things up because I just got 2 text messages. The books do not want to move the Seattle number to 2. They're getting so much money because, don't forget, Arizona opened up as a 2 or 2.5 point favorite. So they're just begging for Arizona money to come in. So keep an eye out for that for the rest of the day. And then huge action coming in on East Carolina. We could see 5 on this one, which the books and some sharp bettors are waiting to pounce on Army +5. And another big quick nugget, Torrey Horton for the wide receiver, the biggest prop bet all day long for most tickets and money coming in, opened up at 21.5 total yards. And BetMGM and DraftKings now have 25.5, so 4 yards different, and it's only 10:34 Eastern Standard Time. So is this going to keep on climbing upwards?
Does that go up or does that go down?
There's a couple that still have 21.5, and over at BetMGM they had the juice at -130. So I think it stays in between those 4 numbers, but that's a good middle spot. And if you can get 21.5, I would jump on that because he flew over that number last week. And we lost him.
This is Raphael is stuck, but you're back now. So Cox Cable, get better in bad weather. We got a horrible thunderstorm out here. By the way, I like something that BetMGM does. They put the average next to the player on what their average is. So Torrey Horton, if you don't know, his average is 21.3. And it's right there as you're, trying to figure out what props you're going to hit. So I kind of like it. Raphael, as always, my guy. All right, it's time for week 4 to kick off. Oh, did I say kickoff? got 4 times to go around the block. I got to start with just the game in general. DG, we'll go right down the list. This is a big one. Both teams are 2-1. You could argue that both teams should be 3-0. What do we like tonight? Or what are we looking at tonight?
Yeah, besides kickers, I'm definitely looking at the Cardinals to answer the bell here because I know that Peyton's on the Seahawks, but I think on the other side, the Cardinals have a chance to respond with Benson in the backfield taking over for Connor on a full-time basis. Kyler Murray can get his feet going, and I'll share that a little bit in a second, but I think Kyler Murray can really step up in this game and take over, and they could win this game outright.
No, I like the Seahawks. I'm surprised they're 1.5-point favorites, especially because the Cardinals had a similar offense last year and put up a combined 24 points in 2 games against that Seahawks defense. Now you take out James Conner. Sure, Kyler Murray has Trey McBride to throw it to, but Maserati Marv, where the heck have you been? It's been Mitsubishi Marv lately. 3.5 catches a game last year, 3.3 this year so far. Not really helping out Kyler Murray and the Cardinals offense lately, who just put up 15 in San Fran and beat the 2 worst teams in football by just 1 score. I'll take Seattle to cover.
Yeah, and I think when with Peyton here, I mean, Seattle is a far better team with a far better defense. And dare I say, the better quarterback. I mean, Kyler Murray stinks. Like, he is just an awful guy to bet on. If you want to go over his rushing yards prop at 27.5, go for it because he's going to be running for his life in this game. This is a really good Seattle defense, and they're great at stopping the run. And anytime you can make a team one-dimensional, and when you're asking Kyler Murray to go win you a game at this point, just not trustworthy enough to do it. Seattle's a better team, better club here. Books opened up a bad line with Arizona being a favorite, and they knew it immediately and flipped it immediately because they knew it was the wrong side. Happens from time to time, not often, but Seattle's the right side tonight.
Yeah, I think sometimes when we're the away team, people are a little bit hesitant. That was a fantastic take. And Kyler Murray is a guy that you almost are forced to bet on sometimes. But like last week, now, did he put the ball right there to win the – yeah, he did. It was a drop. But that always seems to happen to Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals. They never win the big games to get them going. But let's talk about the quarterbacks. Let's look at the numbers that we get from BetMGM, and we thank them for that. DG, tonight we got Sam Darnold on one side. He looks weird in that Seahawks uniform, I'll be honest. I was so used to him in the Vikings uniform. And then Kyler Murray on the other side. Anything pop off to you here, DG?
Yeah, I do like the passing yards for Sam Darnold. I think that they're going to be behind a little bit. I know that they have Charbonnet, but also they have Kenneth Walker in the backfield. I like both of those, but both of these teams are really good against the run. So I think both quarterbacks are going to be passing. I wouldn't doubt it. Both go over their passing yards today.
I was a big Sam Darnold fan last year. He's had 240 passing yards or more in 8 of his last 9 road games. I think he does it again tonight. I'll take the over there. And I also think Kyler Murray is going to have to throw if they're down, which I think they will be. So I like the over on his as well.
Used to Sam Darnold in that uniform. I'm used to Sam Darnold being on the bench last year. That's where he belonged. That said, I would go under pass attempts on Sam Darnold. They're not trying to throw the ball with him. That's not what their offense is. Mike McDonald's made a clear statement that he wants to run the ball and play defense and not put his quarterback in harm's way by asking him to do a lot. And oh, by the way, if Seattle is a lead, guess what? K9 this way, K9 that way. Charbonnet this way, Charbonnet that way. I would go under 29.5 pass attempts for Sam Darnold.
And that is a recipe also for the under, which is one of Zeno's best bets today, if you missed it at the top of the show. All right, speaking of the football, let's flip it over. These are the 2 featured backs tonight. You got Kenneth Walker on one side, and Trey Benson doesn't even have a picture on his side. That's how little we know about this cat. DG, anything pop off to you here?
I like all 3, and that's Charbonnet added to this group to go over their receiving yards. If you look at Seattle, they allow the most receiving yards to the running back position. But 5th, yeah, that's Arizona on the other side. Both, as I said earlier, they're going to stop the run. They're going to make you just dump the ball out. So it's going to be these running backs that are gobbling up all these yards.
I like Walker to get in the end zone, take his touchdowns today. He's become a red zone guy for them. He had just 38 yards last week, but he had 2 tutties. I'll stay away from his rushing yards number, but I like him to get in the end zone tonight, which he's done his last 4 road games against teams with winning records.
Yeah, I mean, Kenneth Walker, anytime touchdown is probably the best and most profitable way to go. And the reason why, and I sort of agree with DG on the Arizona receiving yards from the running backs, because guess what? The defense is really good, and checkdowns are what happens next because they don't have time to throw the ball to anybody else. So I would look at Benson's receptions more than anything than receiving yards.
All right, right now his reception or his number is 19.5. Kenneth Walker's 9.5 as far as receiving yards are concerned. And the football gods are not shining on me today. All right, let's flip it over to the receiving side of things. Jackson Smith, Enigma, one of the great names in all of sports. Trey McBride on the other side. There's the numbers according to BetMGM. DG, where do we go here?
Yeah, I'm going with Trey McBride, and I love that Zeno took his anytime touchdown at plus 175. They've allowed 3 on the season, but they also allow the 7th most receiving yards to the tight end position. I think he goes over the 60.5 because he will play underneath, but also he'll catch a pass for 20, 25 yards to kind of break into that 60.5 number.
McBride's recorded 65 or more receiving yards in each of the Cardinals' last 5 home games, just 60.5 now. I like the over there. And Jackson Smith and Jigba. I like Cooper Kupp's number tonight. But if I like Sam Darnold's passing yards, he's got to throw it to someone else. And this is his favorite target. 124, 103, and 96 receiving yards in his first 3 games. I'll go over for him as well.
I'll take JSN over 6.5 receptions. Not a number I usually play here, but the target share and the volume is there. He's had 29 targets through 3 games this season. In weeks 1 and 2, he had at least 10 targets, right? Week 3, the game got way out of hand, so he wasn't needed, and the Seahawks didn't need to throw. I don't expect this game to be out of hand. The spread tells you it's going to be fairly close. JSN to go over 6.5 receptions tonight.
By the way, Amon-Ra St. Brown at 6.5 on Monday night. That 4th down play not only cashed his receptions, but his yardage as same play. So Dan Campbell, I'm always critical of you. Not on that play because we have both of the overs. All right, it's time for prediction time, boys. This is a tight one according to the sports books, but who wins the actual game? DG, go.
I'm going to go 24-20, and I'm going to go with the Cardinals.
Wow, I'm going under on the game, 21-17. I'm going with the Seahawks.
Yeah, the Seahawks have not allowed more than 17 points this year. What makes you think this is the offense that's going to do it? 23-17 Seahawks.
You're on fire today, big dog. You're on fire today.
I mean, look like an offense that's built to score 20 on one of the best defenses in the league? No.
Yes.
So let me ask you this, because the 49ers obviously are playing without Brock Purdy. Mac Jones has been adequate. Are either one of these 2 teams worthy of even talking NFC West title at the end of the day, DG?
I think so. I really do like Seattle just overall as a year goes. I just think that Arizona is going to be feisty. They're going to be there all season because that's what they do, but they're going to let you down at the end of the season because that's what Kyler Murray does.
I don't think so. I'm not really a fan of teams being feisty. I'm more of a fan of teams being good.
Very well said. Listen, I just have no faith in Arizona, the coaching staff, the quarterback, the roster. I mean, they're not going to be not competitive. There's a difference between, I guess that's what DG means by being feisty. They'll be competitive. When the number gets big enough, I can bet on them. But when you're asking Seattle just to win at a minus 120 money line price, come on, no shot.
They have already through the first 3 weeks. Week number 1 should have covered, didn't in New Orleans. Week number 2 up 27-6, laying 6.5. Not only did they not cover, they damn near lost the game. And then last week they did cover, getting 1.5.
Let's use some correlation here, DG.
Don't have time. Get into it. We got to pay a few bills, if you know what I mean. On the other side, somebody has been in the gym or not at the table. What am I talking about? We'll fill you in next. Coaching Company, Stadium, Bally Sports Live. Come on back. All right, do not forget tomorrow for full college football. If you missed the show yesterday, we started breaking them down. DG, let me come over to you because this week, if last week was horrible, this week is like too much to consume. Which game are you most looking forward to this weekend?
Well, I'm going to go with the first game on Friday. I'm looking at that Florida State and Virginia game. I already have a play on it at justthatsports.com. But I like both these teams. Choking me up. I'm getting so excited. I like both these teams to cover, whether it's the first half, whether it's the full game. Both these teams have went over in every game this season.
How am I not going TCU, Arizona State, baby? Let's go. I got a ton of friends going to ASU for this game. Future Heisman winner Josh Hoover is going to be awesome in this one. He's going to make a name for himself. I like TCU.
Best bet of the week, Boston College, laying 6.5 against Cal. Boston College coming off 2 gut punch losses on the road, back home in Chestnut Hill. Cal has to fly all the way across country to a place they've only been one time in school history. That was back in 1986, before any of those kids were born. So Boston College gets right this week against Cal.
So take Cal.
What do you think the conversation was like when they decided, hey, let's go to the ACC and play football? And all of our road games are going to be 3,000 miles away. This is brutal. This is absolutely brutal. The other story, and we only have about 50 seconds, that came out is that some of the schedule changes in the SEC, they're going to be losing their rivalries.
Yeah,
bad. You got to keep them.
Georgia,
they're like,
be no longer a rivalry. That's awful.
Awful. What are we doing?
Well, it will adjust every 4 years. And so depending on how everything plays out, depending on how good these teams are, they could get a rivalry back, because I know Florida, Tennessee has been a rivalry over the years, and now that's being taken away for the next 4 years for sure.
Oh my goodness. I know we want to have, the matching up competitive wise,
right? But
this is like old school. All right. Still to come. We have our Lock It In segment. We'll recap all of our best bets, but also coming up next, there's a lot of guys that are changing physically in the NBA. We're back live. That's right. 5 seconds. All right, welcome back, everybody. Coach and company. Do not forget, top of the hour, do not change your channel. If you're watching us on Stadium and Bally Sports Live, we've got another full hour, the Coach and Bro Show, breaking down everything in pro wrestling, and the numbers for WrestlePalooza, they might shock you just a little bit. And speaking of shocking, gentlemen, have we seen the latest media day for the New Orleans Pelicans? And a guy who has not been able to stay on the court showed up like this. That is him on the top, Zion Williamson, last year. And that's him on the bottom this year. Wow. He lost a ton of weight, and it looks like a ton of muscle too. DG, let's start with you. Your thoughts?
I love this for Zion. I'm a Duke fan, and I saw him there. And what you're seeing now is somebody taking his job and being a professional about it. Because sometimes when you're young and dumb, you make stupid decisions and you don't get your body right. I think he finally figured it out and maybe kind of got rid of the things that are on the side in the offseason, and he's making the right decisions.
Yeah, you might not be talking about food either. Young Peyton, talk to me on this.
Yeah, I just think the decision he needed to make was just getting in shape. I don't know if that necessarily means losing a ton of weight. His muscle was his game, and that was the way he played. He can't shoot. He can't shoot unless he shot all summer long and adjusted his jump shot. But he can't shoot, and now when he's skinny like this, he's going to have to play more on the perimeter. I don't know if that's going to be a good move for him.
It's a great point. Zeno, his game is bullying people, getting them out of the way, and then dunking on their head. He might still be able to dunk, but oh no.
The good news here for Zion Williamson and the Pelicans is that he lost weight and he's in shape. The bad news for Zion Williamson here is that if the Saints need an extra defensive lineman, he's no longer eligible to do that. So I would have rather him kept the beef, but one way or another, this is a move to save his career. Like, that's what this is all about. He's got a contract coming up in a couple of years. He knows if he doesn't start the ball out, he ain't getting paid again.
And that's not hype. That's fact. That's not hype. That's fact. Because Raphael, he has gotten everything he's ever wanted his entire career. And I think the Pelicans and the entire NBA are like, listen, if you don't show up and show up correctly, we can't invest $50 million a year in you.
No, but I think Dumars and the new training staff that the Pelicans have made him lose a little bit more weight. So when he comes down on these dunks, it's less pressure on his bad knees that he has. So I think a lot of it has to do with nutrition and the way they want him to be on the court.
I don't think that is misinformation. I think that's absolutely what happened. Do we think this is good enough, DG, to make the Pelicans anything that we talk about this year?
Oh, they're going to be horrible. They have Jordan Poole on their team. They're going to be atrocious on the defensive side, but they don't care. They're hoping to all get traded somewhere that's actually good.
Jordan Poole has never met a shot he would not take, young Peyton. Nope. Ever.
No, never. My least favorite player in the NBA. He shoots step backs from 35 feet. What are we doing? Every game he plays in, it's a blowout, and he has 30 points. And he thinks he's an all-star. No, he's not eligible for the all-star team. Sorry, Jordan, your team stinks.
Zeno?
The problem with the Pelicans more is roster construction than anything else. I mean, it's not a very complete or deep roster, and they play in the Western Conference, which obviously presents its own set of challenges here. So I'm with Peyton. I mean, Jordan Poole and the rest of these guys, it just feels like it's pretty disjointed. And for them to ascend in the Western Conference, I don't know that they have the roster to do it.
Raphael, they play, 6 blocks from where you live?
And the rumor has it they want Zion to come out hot and fresh and with a lot of points so they can have some trade market with him during the trade deadline. So keep an eye out for that.
All right. Very good, gentlemen. Well done. Now, you come here for a lot of reasons every single day. But the one that's the most important, cash and tickets. Let's lock it in.
Let's go ahead and start it off with me, boys and girls, and kickers do cash. I'm going to go with Jason Myers over the 1.5 field goals at -120. And then we're going to go the other side to Chad Ryland over 1.5 field goals as well at -120. Both these guys are in a great matchup. I like Ryland more than Myers if you had to pick and choose, but I think both cash tonight for sure.
Hello, Zeno.
Let's take the under tonight. Cardinals and Seahawks, two teams that are very good against the run. Not only that, this is a Arizona team that is on their backup running back, and Kyler Murray is near the bottom of the league in air yards per attempt. Seattle defense very stout. And then also let's chase some plus money with Trey McBride, anytime touchdown. Seattle defenses funnel targets to tight ends. Last year in 2 games, 29 targets, 19 receptions, 2 touchdowns. He gets one tonight.
Hashtag it pays to watch live. I know you didn't know that nugget. Raphael, talk to me.
We're taking the Arizona Cardinals to win by 1 through 6 points in the first quarter at +325. Give me 3-0, and DG can maybe get some kicking winners, and I could win the first quarter at +325. And then give me Sam Darnold over 219 passing yards at 3 nickels. He hit this number 13 out of 17 games. He should have hit it last week, but he was playing the Saints, and he started throwing left-handed, so it didn't really matter.
King Lettuce, let's go.
Seattle's won their last 7 road games. Hard to see them losing to the Cardinals this year. Cooper Kupp has gone for more than 60 receiving yards. Needs just 43 to cash tonight. We're going to see it happen.
All right, and our JTS play of the day is what?
We're going to go with Baltimore Oriole Kobe Mayo to get over 1 hit runner RBI, something he has done in 10 of his last 11 games. And we're going to pair that with Sam Darnold to get over 200 passing yards. Yes, this is an alt line for his passing yards. He's done this in 8 of his last 9 road games, and the Cardinals have allowed this line to go over in all 3 games this season. Put them both together, you get a +124. Just Stat Sports play of the day.
Yeah, those Orioles, they need a little bounce back after being shut out by the Rays yesterday. I like that hit one as well. There is the QR code. Scan it. Use our code NFL100. First month, only $1. And I'm telling you, it'll pay in one play. One play. It's only $1. All right. At the end of every show, we like to make you a little bit smarter. Raphael?
Go to some Thursday night football. Give me Kyler Murray has recorded 22 or more completions in each of his last 8 games against the Seattle Seahawks. Numbers 21.5. They will be playing from behind today, so he will be throwing.
All righty. Now, as we head into Thursday night football, it's funny because walked in and she's already spent money on Starbucks before she the door. So that's why I got a little bit distracted right there. Haven't got there yet. But as you look forward to weekday wagers day, give me a little bit what the good people who tune in at 2 p.m. Eastern time can expect.
Yeah, Robbie and I are going to break down a lot of the game, and we like to look at the game script. How does it play out? How does it play into the plays? But also, Coach, you're going to be happy with this one. We're going to bring back TV timeout as we look at our favorite show that's on, and right now it is Survivor, episode number 1 last night. It was awesome.
Yeah, I'm actually in the middle of it right now. I started it this morning. Peyton, you don't laugh at our reality shows. What are you doing?
When I was on, the first time I was on Weekday Wagers was what? I think like 3 months ago. His favorite show was Survivor then. They wouldn't stop talking about
it. That's true. That's true. Big Brother, by the way, is dead to me. Both of my contestants are out. It's the worst played season ever. So I got to turn to Survivor now. DG, I'm with you.
Still on. How is the still on? Like, who is still going on Survivor?
A lot of people. A lot of people.
Would you drop what you're doing right now to go on Survivor?
Yes. I know 2 people that would.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, no doubt about it. I would. All right, producer man, give me that one shot while Zeno loses his mind. I'd rather do Amazing Race, actually. All right, ton of best bets. Don't forget, top of the hour. We continue on with the Coach and a Bro show, but remember, there's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets. We might even bet on Big Brother in the Amazing Race. Straight to the pay window. For my entire company, damn it, do I love them all. DG, King Lettuce, Raphael, Zeno, Marky Model, and never forget about producer man. I'm Sept with the Coach, trying to keep this track. We grind for you so we can win with you. It's what we're all about. Every coaching company presented by the 4-letter word club, Stadium, Valley Sports Live. Have a great day.